This podcast is sponsored by sciencebased.learning.com. Discover a passion-driven language learning system that combines ebooks, audiobooks, and videos with the science of spaced repetition. Maximize your learning and retention today at sciencebased.learning.com.
Understanding the imperfect subjunctive in hypothetical Spanish clauses. Explore the use of the imperfect subjunctive in Spanish if clauses for hypothetical scenarios. Learn structures, examples, and exceptions. The imperfect subjunctive in Spanish, a guide to hypothetical situations. When learning the Spanish language, understanding the various uses of verb tenses and moods is crucial. One area that often puzzles learners is the use of the imperfect subjunctive, especially in if clauses that express hypotheticals. This lesson aims to clarify this key aspect of Spanish grammar. Understanding if clauses in Spanish. If clauses, or condicionales, are common in Spanish much like in English. They often describe hypothetical situations, giving us the ability to conceptualize different outcomes. In these clauses, the imperfect subjunctive is used to convey conditions that are unlikely or contrary to fact. Generally, this mood accompanies the conditional tense. Here is a basic structure for understanding how it works. If plus imperfect subjunctive plus conditional. Example, si estudiaras más, aprobarías el examen. If you studied more, you would pass the exam. Formation of the imperfect subjunctive. The imperfect subjunctive is formed by taking the third-person plural, elos, elas, of the preterite tense, removing the ending, and adding the subjunctive endings. Ra, ris, bui, ra, ramo, rais, ran, or alternatively, si, quis, sis, simos, seis. Both forms are correct, though the ra form is more commonly used in Latin American Spanish. For instance, hablar, to speak, becomes ellos hablaron, they spoke, and transforms to hablara, hablaras, hablara, etc. Comer, to eat, becomes ellos comieron, they ate, and becomes comiera, comieras, comiera, etc. Using the imperfect subjunctive in hypotheticals. Hypothetical statements often use the conditional tense paired with the imperfect subjunctive. The conditional form typically expresses the result of the hypothetical situation. Si tuviera tiempo, viajaría por el mundo. If I had time, I would travel the world. Si fueras más organizado, no perderías las llaves. If you were more organized, you wouldn't lose your keys. Exceptions and variations. While the imperfect subjunctive usually indicates hypothetical or contrary to fact conditions, it's worth noting some cases where real conditions could apply in specific contexts. In extremely polite requests, I might say, si pudieras ayudarme, te lo agradecería mucho. If you could help me, I would appreciate it greatly. In expressions of wishes or doubts in the past, quería que me llamaras ayer. I wanted you to call me yesterday. These nuances can alter the meaning slightly, but they do not deviate dramatically from the general rule of using the imperfect subjunctive in hypothetical scenarios. Mastering this aspect of Spanish grammar requires practice and exposure. By engaging with the language in reading, conversation, and writing, learners gradually become comfortable with these structures. For further exploration into the complexities of Spanish grammar, and to engage with plenty of examples and exercises, visit sciencebased.learning.com. This resource provides detailed explanations and additional support for language learners. Get assistance today. If you're aiming to improve your Spanish proficiency and gain a deeper understanding of its intricate grammatical structures, consider utilizing our specially designed learning templates. Get your copy of our guide today.